Hello Canada, hello everybody. I will be making this video in English since it concerns most of the English Canadians. Actually, I would like to tell you a word about Mrs. Sandra Solomon. She's an ex-Muslim who was brought up in Saudi Arabia, who flee violence and who came here with her son. She converted to Christianism, and she fights very, very hard in Ontario for the non-Islamicization of the schools, and she fights this radical Islam that it's obviously taking over Canada in all forms, especially starting with this motion M103, which wants to induce the word Islamophobia into our legislature. And that would be very devastating, obviously, because it condemns any form of critics towards Muslims and Islam. So that gives a very special status to our Muslim communities, and we just have to take a look around Europe, what's going on everywhere where this word Islamophobia has been induced into the legislative system. It has been up till now always served to bring to silence all those who do not want the radicalization of their societies. So we all know that. So everybody living in Ontario especially, I don't know if you know, but there was a law passed, a motion concerning Islamophobia. It was passed last Tuesday in the Ontarian legislature, and I heard of it Friday night. Actually, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Ontario already has one. So I think that is very unlawful, since there is a similar motion going on at the Parliament who was rejected, but it's going back for debate on April 4th. So I don't think, I don't understand why Ontarian people actually need an extra, a double motion to be accepted, which covers actually the same topic, which is Islamophobia. So I don't know what you think about this term Islamophobia. As far as I am concerned, I know that it has been induced to the French dictionary Larousse in 2005 in Paris at the demand of the Muslim community. So it goes way back. Actually, it goes back to 1967, where this word was actually created, and it is the way to bring to silence any society who would oppose Islamization. And actually right now, as we speak, at the UN, community demands that every nation should adopt this Islamophobia anti-blasphemy law and criminalize it by the same manner. So you would be looking into 2 to 5 years of prison. So I think that this Islamophobia is getting out of hand. It's getting pretty dangerous for all democratic societies. And in Canada, there always has been diversity. There always has been multiculturalism, and many religions living side by side, which we had no problem dealing with, and just because of the laws that we had in place, the law who respected dignity, freedom of religion, and the separation of religion and state, which is very, very important. You cannot let a religion put or force its laws into a democratic constitution, because Sharia law, it's not compatible with constitution. So you guys really, really, really need to fight this. Get out on the streets, and it's a peaceful march, and we are not marching against anybody. We are not mistreating or doing any kind of racism or xenophobia. We simply asking for the government not to step on our basic rights, on our basic freedoms, and the freedom of speech. Obviously, it's the most important one. So you guys really need to step up for this. Freedom has never been free, and every generation we have to fight in order to keep it. And Our generation has now been called to fight for these freedoms that we always had, and I am sure that every one of you would like to put it through and give it to your children. Because if we don't act now, the world that we are going to leave to our children, to our grandchildren, is going to be a very, very dark world, unlivable, and I mean, it's time to act now. Don't let us get like Europe. And what I see now, actually, Canada is doing the same things that Angela Merkel did in Germany. She invited every refugee with open arms, come on in, and the country got flooded, and now they have very, very, very big problems. They already legalized marriage for children as young as 4, and there have been a lot of changes, and it's I come from Europe. I'm an immigrant, and what I see going on there actually breaks my heart, and I just have to look at it because I have no power whatsoever. But one power that I have, it's here where I still have my freedoms. So I know what it is to live in a country where you have no freedom of expression, and where just thinking the wrong thought could get you killed. Persecutions, people disappear, very barbaric, and it's very unpleasant to live, and you cannot bring up children in such a society. So I'm calling out for all of you Canadians, freedom lovers, patriots, 4th of March at noon, in the front of the city halls of your locations. So take care, and I hope we see you there in large numbers. It's our freedoms that are at stake. Take care. Much love to everybody.